See if Mike let me take the dog to the park.
Yeah.
We're on.
Yeah, you can do it.
I want to catch. This is Lance, and this is Mike, and Mike's an old friend of mine. Mike is an artist. Now, I was asking Mike. I ran into Mike. I've known Mike for 20-something years, and I have some of Mike's paintings at my house where you've seen me make my videos. So anyway, I just ran into Mike. He was walking. I said, "Who am I going to see today?" And then when I got here, Lance, who is a friend of mine, also is kind of just showed up. I said, "Oh, I want to do a little talk." You know, I baptized Lance. Do you remember the verse? You don't remember the verse when you got baptized, Lance, do you? It was something about.
I stand at the right hand of the Father,
Yeah,
and the Most High.
I remember. You kind of remembered it.
I drink from His blood and His bread until He rises again.
When I baptized Lance, I guess about a year and a half ago at North Beach, that day we went into the Catholic church downtown, and there was a couple little papers, and it wasn't a planned baptism, but I was helping Lance. He had to go do business over there. I said, "If you want, I'll baptize you right now."
I don't even remember what those papers were.
They were Catholic pamphlets, and they had some scriptures on them. That's where I got that verse, but it was from Ephesians, and Lance remembered it. But basically it was out of Ephesians. We are children of God, we're sons of God, and I'll even quote one right now. It says, "I have also made you my firstborn, higher than the kings of the earth." So really, the mindset of Christians is kind of a victor or a conqueror. Sons of God, I'll quote another one. This is in 1 John chapter 3. "Behold what manner of love the Father has bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it does not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is." Now, Ted, what's going on? Talk, Lance. You're going to be famous.
No, I don't know about that.
I was reposting some old videos to Facebook, and it was one with me, you, and Cameron a couple years ago, and I
had just gotten all of my court stuff settled.
Okay.
I had a few charges that I had pending that I went in, turned myself in for it.
You settled it.
Admitted to everything, to where I didn't lie about nothing.
Yes.
And they said, "Well, I'll cut you the break to give you community service."
Good.
Because most people don't come out and just say
You
everything
did
to
correct.
me. I decided to change my life around from what I was doing wrong to where I had to admit to it, didn't stop lying about stuff and actually do it.
Good.
And
Very good.
I went back to Timmons and they told me I had to pass a drug test.
Okay, I didn't know if they would, because I knew you got banned from Timmons. Sometimes the guys, they get in trouble, they get banned.
I smoked my last joint this morning.
Okay.
And I'm going to be clean from here on out.
Good.
And hopefully in 2 weeks I'll be able to pass the drug test and I'll be back there. Tomorrow I got my MHMR appointment at 8 in the morning.
Okay.
And
The old man John, who I visit every now and then, but he took Yvonne to MHMR. John,
yeah, I seen
he said, yes,
over there.
he said, "Oh, I saw Lance," because he knows I'm friends with you guys. He said, "I saw Lance at MHMR." I said, "Oh, okay." I didn't know he was, going for the meds and everything.
Yeah, I've been going to do everything. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of different things. I just had to do what I know is right in the order that I know. I'm the only one that knows my own stuff to do it.
Yeah.
And
I know how it is.
yeah, I've been lacking on doing that.
Yeah.
To where I have too many problems and I have to take it slower. I'm not as fast as I used to be.
Yes.
And I don't have as much to deal with as I used to. I'm going to keep it that way.
Good.
Or whatever God's plan is.
Yeah.
I'm just having faith to go with what I know is right.
As I sit here, Lance was mentioning, I don't know if I had the video on when he said it, but he said, "Oh, we miss you at the Angel," who's a friend of mine, on Facebook. I used to do a little Bible study because she does a little halfway house just a few blocks from here. And he said, "Oh, it's not the same." I said, "Yeah, a lot of that. I might go and see Angel." But my friend Mike, who I've known for many years, when I first walked in, and he's got it set up nice. This is a little apartment Mike's had for a while. But I kind of had the sense of, I said, man, this, to myself, I said, it almost feels a little like the halfway
I
house.
think I got to kind of do what Mike did to where he went off on his own to do his own thing the way he knows how to do it without somebody else telling him what to do.
Yes. Yeah. Independence. I talked about that, actually.
Mike don't need a halfway house.
Look, this is what I also have
Neither do
said.
I.
That's right. I said we have to understand the verse that we were talking about earlier is we're sons of God, meaning God's taking care of us. Before I turned the video on, and I wasn't bringing up God or anything, but just Mike's an old friend, but he was telling me, sharing a little bit of his testimony. He said, there are times, I've known Mike for many years, and one of the differences with Mike is he's always had different jobs. As long as I have known Mike, many times Mike has been homeless, but he managed to do pretty good. He didn't spend all his money, waste all his money. Mike's been able to do that for many years, but he's had a lot of jobs. He worked at Golden Corral. Mike is an excellent artist. Some of the paintings at my house are from Mike. And so he's managed to survive. But, a lot of people can't live like that. A lot of people have a hard time. But what Lance, what you're saying, I believe in, that ultimately, I was quoting a verse the other day. I was teaching in the Bible, in the book of Samuel, and God's people said, we want a king. We want a king over us. And God told them, if you're asking for some man to be over you, you're rejecting God. And if you want that, if you want somebody else to be in charge of you, I'll let you have somebody else to be in charge of you. But then there's coming a day where you're going to call out to God, and God's not going to hear because you did not learn to depend upon God. And much of what Mike was saying, he said, John, and I've had a lot of friendship time with Mike. Many years I've known Mike. I just accidentally ran into him when I was making the circle here on the thing. And trusting in God is what he was talking about. He said it's not the way that a lot of preachers might think of it, but to know that God is there, and that even if you're on your own.
And it shows the credibility over like if you look back into his background and the way things are, that over time it shows consistency.
Yes, that's the difference. That's
the
right.
reality of things, yeah.
He's managed to do, and look, I'm proud of
You
it.
see why he had problems and struggled.
Yeah.
So, if you look into the reasons of it, that anybody else probably would have dealt with it worse.
Mm-hmm. Mike has got a tattoo shop. I was thinking, Mike thinks sometimes, John will be. I was going to ask Mike, I might have him do a little tattoo for me. I was thinking of getting the name of the ministry, which is Corpus Christi Outreach Ministries, but 4 letters on my right hand, CCOM. I mentioned that on another video. I said I was thinking of getting that, not to be a gang, but to say this is a Christian group.
Maybe you should file for a license to do the tattoos so that way it's not any.
I was going to ask him. I have one. I have an old Popeye tattoo that I got when I was in the Navy from Lake Geneva, which is Lake Geneva is in Illinois. And I actually was at the Lake Geneva in Switzerland. Actually, he made one mistake, but I'll be honest, we were drunk one night, and we just, but I would have got it anyway, and we went to, I got out of boot camp in Great Lakes, Illinois, then I went to medic school, corpsman school, and then, on our weekends off, we would go party, basically. So we all went and got tattoos, and I got Popeye.
You went to medical school?
I did.
Yes, it was the corpsman school, which is
I
like...
did that one time, and I got this in my leg, in Fort Hood.
Okay.
But we did it.
So
we did it ourselves with just kicking it.
How long would it take to put the seed? Should we do the first C on video?
Yeah.
Do the first one on.
Half an hour,
Oh, half an hour.
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
What?
Do the first. Can you put a
Yeah.
C?
Maybe 10 minutes.
Let's do a C. Get ready. I'll do it on video right now.
What kind of C you want?
Just a C, and then the next time I'll.
Do you want me to take?
Just the letter. I'm recording it right now.
No.
I could hold it if you're getting a tattoo.
I'll hold it. That was pretty good. Yeah, that'll be good on the first finger. Next time I'll come, I'll get the second one. I had this in my head I said it on a video about a month ago. I said I was thinking of doing it not just for the heck of it, because a lot of the guys that are on the street, they get involved with groups, gangs, but it gives them a sense of community.
When you have the time to do it, yeah, right now is a good time to do it.
I'm going to do it. Yes, we're going to have it on video. This was unprepared. I'm going to get it in the middle finger first because I won't be able to get this ring off.
But yeah, Mike, I apologize for my irregular behavior lately. Or that I've been doing better. That I had a few things I was struggling with. That I've got a better understanding of it now.
Mike made this. Let me show you while he's getting ready to do my first letter.
Yeah,
Oh, these are my cigarettes on the floor.
I'm not stressed out about that anymore.
Mike's an excellent artist, but he does not have as many. But that's one he's doing right now. Over the years, Mike's had some nice.
I'm gonna have to focus on trying to stay away from people that are doing drugs.
That's right.
And figure out what else I'm going to do to fill the time in positive. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff that I have to do. That
I didn't realize your dog.
I'm eager to.
Yeah. Let me ask you, you saw Angel recently?
Yeah, I have. I've been drinking light beer. I let her know that.
Who's staying over at the Hefley house? Travis and Mike Hall is still there?
Yep.
Okay.
But she was going to give me one of the apartment places next door for $700 a month. I had problems and I never got to talk to her about it. And I went to jail for 2 weeks.
Okay. You know, Austin comes by and sees me every now and then. Austin Trouble. But I ain't seen him in a while, and I'm wondering, do you know if he's okay? Well, maybe he had
in jail. A lot of
yeah,
people were.
yeah. He had a case coming up. He talked about it. I did some videos.
And when I did clear all this up, I apologize to people. I made promises to, do a few things as far as not causing any more trouble, not aid anybody that's causing trouble, don't enable anybody that might be, because I guess that I was enabling people that I didn't even know they were doing stuff that was wrong.
Yes.
And I'd loan them $20 or something, and they'd go out and get in trouble, and then it all came back to where saying that I was enabling them, and they stole my cell phones because I was drunk and high, and I didn't realize what was going on so much.
Yes.
I just kept getting a new one, $10, $20, ain't that much.
Yeah.
Here they were dealing drugs on the cell phones.
This is now Mike also is. He's got a little tattoo shop. Mike's an excellent artist, and artists sometimes do tattoos. So this just was off the cuff, but I was talking about it. Next time I come, I'll get the other
I
one.
never thought about that before. I wish somebody would have said something to me,
Yeah.
but nobody did. I figured it out on my own,
Have you seen any of?
but I was lying about it.
I've not seen Huey or Andy or any of the guys in a
I
while.
have seen Huey.
Okay, you say I like his. Does he still got the RV?
Yeah.
Okay.
He- I seen him over there at Packard Tire. He's fixing on the tire. I kind of was having a bad day that day,
Okay.
and he gave me a ride over to the Goodwill. And we stopped there and went in. I was thinking about getting a job,
I heard Tammy is working at Goodwill.
and I thought, yeah, it ain't the right time for me to go in there yet.
Oh, I didn't know if she was still there.
And I had I had a bad time at the MHMR because I got stranded out there. Nobody to help me. I had to go out there, and I ran out of money for a drink. And I figured, well, I'm going to turn myself into the mental hospital, so I'm going to go on strikes and just jack a drink. right down the street from there. Sure enough, the cops came pulling around the corner. I had to run down into the cornfield.
Okay.
And
Lance,
it wasn't a good
Lance
situation.
and me have things in common. Those
But
of you,
they had taken my picture and all that
I'm a
stuff
little-
too, to where
I'm a little bipolar, my
I
friends.
had
know.
had the authority follow me around for a little bit. I was in town for 2 days, seeing to like it was alright. Was I going to do any more stuff? No, I didn't. That it was a freak spur thing. That it seemed to happen over and over.
You don't have to mention the name. You know, I gave Lance's friend a ride, a couple years ago. He hurt himself,
It was
shoulder,
depression.
and one of the friends of mine on Facebook,
Yeah, I remember going there, and we stopped at that
He
same. It was
used
a
to
gas
date the
station
daughter
actually
in New
before
Jersey.
There on Nile or
Yeah.
It's Paul George or something actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stole the drink right down the street from there.
okay.
But I remember that day. But I don't remember who that was with the shoulder hurt.
I forget.
That
I
was
don't.
Josh.
Yeah, it was somebody from I think the halfway house,
Yeah.
and I was just taking him to drop him off at Bay Hospital just to get his shoulder checked. But I was getting ready to make one of my New Jersey trips, and as I was talking to Lance, I mentioned the name. I won't say it. And Lance is from Pennsylvania originally.
Is that something we are not supposed? We don't have to say. Or I try not to hide things.
Oh no, you could say it.
Or
It's a
John-
friend.
John
Yes,
Labuddy?
yes, my friend on Facebook. He might watch them, but he's a friend on Facebook. I said, "Oh, I used to go to New Jersey down by the shore when I was a kid," and then I mentioned something. I won't mention the other stuff. And then I said his name was John Labuddy, and Lance said he went out, was dated his.
Yeah, I was selling crack cocaine for these people when I was 19 out of jail. I dropped off the wrong path in college to where I went to the county fair to sell some cocaine to people.
You did. I know. Well, I remember. Look, I've known Lance for a
I
while.
ran into his daughter.
He's told me
and her
stories
mom.
about, you know,
I knew that I was talking to you before that, and
being in trouble.
they picked me up and took me home to their house, and when they had to come to pick me up from where I was at, some bunch of people pulled us
Oh,
over
yeah.
with guns and stuff
So
in the
like-
car, and were like, "Who are you driving down the street?" And they're like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" I said, "Oh hey, it's me, guys." And they're like, "All right," they turned to pull off. So then
That and
they
wasn't
almost didn't like help me out.
at the spot that.
Then I stopped doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
I started going to church, started working, and I was clean for a couple of years.
Yeah.
I was doing well. So they really did kind of started me from being a career criminal. They saved my life.
Yeah. I remember
Since
one
then, I've been
time
doing-
Lance
I've been
had
doing
a,
good. I haven't been arrested.
he
since,
had his
actually.
jaw wired, and he remembered my phone number. He called me. He was in the hospital, but he just remembered my phone number offhand, and I picked him up at the hospital. He had. It was kind of a trial because he couldn't eat nothing for
It
I
was
don't know
a
how
really
many.
bad situation. To
Yes, his whole
they
jaw
released-
was wired.
They released me early, and I still would need to like maybe follow up onto that. I've had problems since then. I might have to look into that stuff. I'm not sure yet.
You know, I think I'll
also
put it
had
on the
a
left hand.
couple more head injuries since then, and now I have a harder time thinking. I'm slower for me to do things.
Okay.
I've been having
You're on Met.
sleep apnea.
Look. I got up today, Lance, at 2 a.m. and I don't sleep well. Now look, I want you to know something. I'm sober 3 years, 7 months. I have not drank anything at all, or I've never used to really do anything else. The alcohol was a big thing, so I am
sober now. I plan to do the same.
3 years, 7 months for me. And because I talk about that,
The last time that I was clean, to where I left here at Flower Bluff 2009,
okay.
clean, and I stayed clean for 3 or 4 years. I didn't smoke a joint.
I'm going to do the left hand because this ring I just put on the other day, but it was hard to get
So
on.
It was bad when I relapsed because
So I'm gonna do the
I
left
was
hand.
totally in control of everything and where I wasn't too messed up.
Yeah.
And I relapsed, and I got depressed, and then The only thing that mattered to me was the drugs.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been
Lance
like that
was in
for
a lot of
while.
meetings I did at the little halfway house, the other one, and Lance was in them, and we actually had a nice little group of guys. Some of them have moved on, some of them, but I've been in this area for many, many years.
My group, my last group of guys that I used to hang out with, they ended up going all the wrong way.
Yeah.
They're not here in the last one.
I noticed some people are gone.
That they
Different ones.
wanted to include me in on the group to say, oh,
Yeah.
I'm dangerous too and I need to be gone.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's because I enabled them to, and I didn't know to where, well, I ain't dangerous like that.
yeah.
I don't need to be gone. And I don't think anybody needs to be looking into that, even thinking about that stuff, to where they've been giving me problems about it.
Look, the reason I want to do this thing, and I actually mentioned it, I had no plan on it,
I
is,
lied about what I was doing and covered it up
yeah,
and continued to do this stuff
yeah,
in a smaller degree, and I thought it was alright. Then it ended up becoming more problems. I went to jail again, and then I've lost pretty much everything that I had in where I didn't lose it all because I stepped away from it.
yeah.
So when I get myself back on track to things, I can get back to things that I care about in my life that I gave up on before, because it's not hopeless.
Yes, that's right.
It's like I don't feel anymore like it's hopeless and I don't care to where I give up, become homicidal, suicidal.
Yeah. I talk on my videos that I have the
And
bipolar.
now, yeah,
I don't take the medication or anything, but I do have it. I have the insomnia. I got a lot of things. But I would
I'm going
suggest,
tomorrow to get the
yes,
stuff.
no, that's,
And
I
when
suggest
when I
you
was
take it.
on that, my medication, I was doing better.
Yes,
And that was one thing that my family seen when I was taking my Cyprexa and Prozac, even though they don't want me to take that because it's too fucked up or something. I was acting better, more normal. And then I tried to get the prescriptions, and I just couldn't do it.
yeah, yeah.
If I could work on it to getting that.
Lance knows all the guys I know.
Pushing me to go to get the medication so much that I can't get anything else done either.
Yes, you get it. No, you probably,
I see.
it's good for you to be on it, though.
I see where I couldn't see before.
Yeah,
I didn't care, I guess. And now I do care because I wasn't going to care if it was going to be a waste of time.
yeah, yeah. We've had a lot of friends here in this area. Lance, really, I've only known the last few years. He's really not like someone that's been here for many. Some of them
I
I've
have
known.
many friends that I've had very long, to where almost all my friends, well, I had a couple of years here and there.
Correct. The new- Sometimes we say the new crowd.
My real friends have went into, the military or college or prison,
Yeah.
and they're all doing stuff on plans of doing well, to where I think I'm probably doing worse than anybody that I do know.
Well, but you're going to be on, you're getting on the right track, Lance.
But
Yeah.
I was categorized as someone that would be sent to prison and do that and all that. It's, I guess that 75% of my classmates said we're not going to be able to make it to this far in my life. I'm like probably one of the only ones in my class group that's still not that's doing well.
Okay. New needle.
But if I continued on the path that I was, I'd probably just fucked up everything to where I'm not gonna do that.
How long, Lance, have you been in Texas?
I've been here since 2008.
Okay. Yeah. It's so 8
And
years.
how I got to Texas was that I packed my car up full of beer and evaded arrest.
I remember some of the story.
Pennsylvania, where I was on the run for a few years.
I remember some of the story you shared with me. I remember some of the story.
I figured that, well, I didn't know what to do at the time because I was going to jail for that shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford to pay off anything or get through it. And I went to work and I saved up all the money I needed to try to do to fix my life, to turn it around in the court. And I went to court and I hired a lawyer. I went to the magistrate.
I'm surprised you remembered the verse, your baptism verse, Lance. After I baptized Lance in North Beach, and then we smoked cigars, because that was like a little thing whenever I baptized any of the guys.
If I wasn't able to go out and fend for myself to be able to make what I had to survive, I would have went to prison,
Yeah.
put in jail.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I, at that point in my life, got things straightened out, but I think it wore me out too much. It even drove me insane when I did get back to Pennsylvania. Even Devin, my buddy, said, well, you're different than you used to be.
Okay.
And I realized what she was talking about, to where, well, I guess I was different, because they didn't understand me, that I had a lot of shit that I was trying to deal with that they kind of didn't help me with before, and that's why I had the problems.
Yeah.
And they were giving me a little bit of a problem, and I ended up getting a DUI for my second one, and that with a bunch of other charges.
I'm coming for the tattoo. I haven't gotten one since
That was my drinking. They wanted kind of put up with it to where I got mad about it.
Sit in this chair, Lance. I'm going to be sitting here. Well, you know, I think it was God ordained for me to run into Mike, because I had no idea Lance was staying with Mike right now as like a roommate. And of course, Lance is one of a lot of the younger guys. I felt Lance is one of them. I said, I would like to help the guys get on track when they're younger.
I'm serious about getting on track.
Yes,
to where
that was the goal.
I've gone through this before, to where I've gotten on the track, where I'm really not in a bad situation at all.
Yeah.
It's my depression.
I have the depression. Today I have it just about every day.
Because this time, to get out of all the trouble I'm in, I only got 192 hours of community service.
Okay.
And I probably spent like $3,000.
Which one you want?
I'm going to do
This
this
one?
Yes, C on that finger, and then the next time
And
I'll
people
do
don't
another
realize
C.
that.
It's going to be CCOM eventually.
CCOM.
Yes.
Christian.
Corpus Christi Outreach
That's where a
Ministry.
lot of the money had gone to that I had for rent that I didn't have receipts for, and I didn't realize that too, that I was spending some of it to clean up my act.
Yeah. Yeah. How old are you now, Lance?
28.
Okay.
But yeah, the last time I had to go to court, I had ended up spending, I think, close to $20,000 for court fees, programs, and all kinds of other stuff. Went to jail for 3 months, 3 months parole. And I had like $2,000 left when I had gotten out. It didn't last me to survive, and I had to leave Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I've been on there since. But I could have had enough money to start to do well.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't
But
think
that wore me out too.
I don't think I ever made a video from the meetings Lance was in. I did have one, me, Lance, and Cameron, and Austin, the other Austin, who's in prison.
I should have planned better to not rely on the people, to where I got it up to divide everything, to where when I got out of jail, I had enough to where I could survive.
Okay.
And
Where's your finger?
I had
Yeah, you can
helped
relax.
out my
Just
other
relax.
friends, so they'd probably be able to help me out if I didn't. I just never went back to talk to him because I was having mental problems.
Yeah.
And then I took the remainder of the money, and so I went to my weed dealer guy and bought about a pound of weed, divided it up, and went to all the spots in the town that I needed to try to sell it. And
See, I'm a
Wow.
fun guy.
I ran out of liquid too.
turn into
No,
a
I'm good,
disaster.
Mike.
Then like I'm doing a full back piece.
Yeah.
I need
this-
gloves.
He showed me. Mike showed me a
got
picture
my,
of another tattoo he
So
made on
I
somebody.
had all the
nice one.
misfits in town.
I
at
got a
my place.
biohazard too. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
I ended up getting an apartment across from the municipal building in town to where I
Did-
guess they were having the problems there anyways that I didn't realize I was dealing drugs out of my apartment.
Yeah. You didn't do lunch. You didn't do Timmons today, Lance. You didn't eat lunch today at Timmons, or did you?
I went to Taco Bell,
Okay.
but I haven't done anything like that since then.
Yeah.
But I have a good understanding of it. And I know that I'm on probably a good track to do well.
Yeah.
And the people that I'm around are like-minded and
I
positive
can't.
goals
Yeah,
to
it'd be
it.
nice to lay your arm up here, but I can't reach my extension cord over there.
No. Will it reach here?
Gotta reach here.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah. It's C.
I've had to either surround myself with people that understand that, or I can't be around anybody at all because they don't understand.
Yeah.
And I can't really express it too well
Yeah.
because it could scare people sometimes to hear stuff like that. But
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with stuff that's. It's not like continuing to where if I don't talk about it,
Yeah.
I won't get it dealt with the result of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's
I-
hard.
Yeah, it is. But I think you're on a better track right now, Lance.
And other people see that too, and I think I've proved to people that I deserve a chance to
Yeah.
do well. And I don't need to be condemned to a cage.
Yes.
Like I need a home, not a cage.
Correct. You're right.
Giving me an opportunity, anybody could do well. I think.
You're right, Lance. We'll,
Well,
ha-
give me the
we'll have enough
opportunity,
time
I'm
to
gonna
get the
take
first
the
seat.
opportunity.
Yeah. It's an old rock song. I don't know. When you see a chance, take it.
Yeah.
You get opportunity. Oh, that looks good.
So I haven't smoked weed for 2 days. I got a soda instead of a beer,
I got a Diet Coke.
and we got rid of all drug-related stuff that I had.
Yeah.
Threw it in the
Does that
trash.
sound like what you want?
Yes. It looks
Are
good.
you sure you want the
I like it. I'll do it.
or it block up like that?
That looks nice.
Okay. It won't be so thick. It'll be.
Looks good.
Okay.
We'll have just enough time because these videos only go an hour, but I got 20-something minutes left, and I want to.
20 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's enough to get
Be
the
all right.
first C.
And I think I gotta think too much about things to where
Yeah.
I need like an action plan and take a piece of paper like a counseling or something.
That's some of the. You're right.
Maybe an AA sponsor is what I might need to do.
As a matter of fact, I should print you. I have a little short, kind of my own little action plan that I made when I was doing the halfway house. A couple of verses, couple of prayers. It's 1 page, but I got to print it, and I'll print you one. I used to give them to the guys.
That would help. Probably help me a
Yes,
lot.
that's actually what I had made.
Well, I've done the best that I could do on my own with these things. I didn't even understand even what things were. Because I lied to myself about it. And nobody told me to talk to me. Oh yeah, they did tell me to talk to me and I didn't listen.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
I think about it. If some people didn't tell me that, and started talking to me before,
Uh-huh.
you know, I would have never even started telling me straight away.
Yes.
Still in the back of my head, it's open the Well, I should have listened to people that were doing this thing, but I couldn't. I had to go through what I was going through. And I made it through going through it.
Let me see your tattoo, Lance. What do you got? I remember you had one.
Everybody told me not to do that.
Okay, I remember. That's right. I took that. I showed it
did
once.
what
That's
I
right.
had to do what to do, and I made it through well.
Okay, I remember it now. That's right.
And
It's
I'm still so lawless. There's so little. As far as I'm not
yes.
affiliated with any kind of organization.
Well, you know, yes, I was actually discussing that about sometimes people join gangs because they don't have family or they kind of felt like they're on their own. And in a way, and I'm going to be honest, some of the guys I was trying to help, they got good advice from the groups or gangs they were in.
They
And
rely on that.
sometimes they got good advice, okay? In the sense of guys going off the rails and they said, no, you need to settle down. And that advice came not from the cop or not from the preacher, but it came from some of the mentors. So I'm not...
Well, and then, because a
That's
lot of people
happened.
didn't listen to them and that I think a lot of them ended up getting
Oh,
in
that's
trouble
nice.
fixing situations.
Almost done.
Maybe we'll do the second
There's
one,
more
Mike.
about
We've got enough
two
time.
is right.
It's going to be a C on that one, too.
And good to where they'd rather go to prison or die than have it things wrong like that. They kind of sacrifice themselves for people that are trying to do good.
Yeah.
But I gotta owe it to those people to keep them well too. And other people do.
I won't mention names, but I had some friends that told me, more of the older guys, and they were in the groups, I say groups, but they were in for many years, and some, they basically got in, later on, they got into God. They tried to get into legitimate work and all. Everybody's seeking to have a purpose, and
The thing is that they could do that given the opportunity to. And I think it's worth some, spiritual organizations or groups or something to invest in trying to help some of those people out.
correct.
And one person I think that needs help to do well is Dave now. Struggling to where he's trying to do well. But you don't have anybody to help him as far as what place to stay, what a job, positive.
Yeah.
Definitely. That was one example of somebody that could still be saved.
Yes.
Unlike Matt.
I haven't seen Matt. Is he still around, or is he?
He ended up going to jail
Okay.
when I was in there with him.
Okay.
He has
Looks very good.
about
Mike.
a big book full of charges. And
Okay. Yeah, that's nice. I think we
Yeah.
could get the second one if you want. Even
I
though
think that he needs to be saved out of there too.
you want, should we?
Is it all right?
Yes. Should we do
Okay.
the second C on that one?
Yeah, I can do that. If
Yeah.
I'm going to finish this one.
Because we.
You want
Okay.
some kind of gossip?
It looks nice.
Appointed letters.
Why it's so bad? Because I know that those are the two guys that if they commit, say, to do something, they're going to do it. They're not going to lie about it.
Yeah.
You try to pull it over on people that try to help people. Whoever you think that was, they try to get over on them. They're not going to. I'm not sure how that is. I don't even know if there's something like that.
Yeah.
But for all I know, we're about the closest thing to that. And we can't do that because we should have to help ourselves.
Yes.
I don't want to say about the situation and stuff. I think everybody's lost and hopeless.
There's a verse I'll quote, Romans. All have sinned and come short of the glory of God. There is none good, no, not one. We have all turned away. And then Isaiah 53 says the same thing. But he, Jesus, has laid on him the sins of us all. So, we all come to God in need of mercy. Every one of us. And so that's why it's important. I was teaching just yesterday on the parable, what we referred to as the Good Samaritan. And there was a guy that was all beat up on the side of the road, and other people walked by and they didn't want to help him. But some Samaritan came by and helped him. took him in, said, I'm going to help you, sort of like Mike's doing with you right now. You know, you have a place to crash. As a matter of fact, I like this. When I've been in Mike's nice little apartment house before, but it's nice. I mean, he's got it. I like the painting he's got over there. And so this is kind of, Mike is doing,
I walked
Conservative to
by,
my clients.
Mike is doing ministry,
I
even though
walked by
we,
somebody struggling like that, laying on the sidewalk, to where I was kind of struggling. I would have picked him up to help him out, too, to where I wanted to, and I was thinking, man, I wish I could. And then some
Looks
Samaritan
good.
people did come by and pick the guy up, started helping him walk
I like
out
it.
there.
And make sure it doesn't blur.
And
I like
said,
it.
well, thank God that they did help him out, because I wasn't able to.
Yeah.
Okay. Corpus Christi outreach, right?
Yes, so the second finger, we want another C.
Corpus Christi.
Yes. So two,
O-R,
this one is going to be a C here.
C.
Yes.
Corpus Christi.
And that'll probably be it for the video. That way you can
I'm
see.
looking forward to the sobriety. I'm
Well-
high off of the life. I really not doing drugs.
Yes.
I feel good about myself.
Lance, I have been sober now for 3 years, 7 months, 3 years, 8 months. But you know, I drank for a lot of years. And to me, like even today, I still have the insomnia. I got up at 2 this morning. I
Yeah.
still feel, after 3 years, 8 months not drinking, I still feel like depressed
You can be
sometimes.
Valerian.
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, one time, valerian root is a legal, natural, like sedative.
I've got chamomile.
And I gave a few to Lance once. And I said, I got a few, Lance, because it's much better for guys to use legal. That's a natural thing. And one of the other guys at Timmons a few years ago said, oh, cool,
That's a
you
lot
get
better
high
than
off
that.
valerian? I said, well, I don't get high. I'm a minister, but it's like a vitamin.
It
That's
does
right.
what it needs to do that.
Yes.
I use weed to do that. I can't smoke it anymore. Maybe valerian root's a good idea.
And I have not taken, as a matter of fact, I need to get some more valerians.
So, you know, as depression, I got depressed yesterday in a deal like that where I ran into Jimmy D.
Yeah, Jimmy's been, he hasn't come by in a while because he
He
kind of
had
jumped
some-
on him a little bit.
Yeah,
But
yeah, we talked about that yesterday.
Oh, did
It
you?
kind of all revolves into the same old situation. That
Jimmy didn't tell
me
you I
and
jumped
Jimmy
in.
not talking to each other and doing the same kind of bad stuff caused a gigantic situation that I didn't know that Jimmy was out of control.
Yeah.
At the same time that I was.
Yes.
And we both had, you know, a lot of money from stuff we were supposed to use for rent and
You
stuff.
know Jimmy. You've seen Jimmy on my video.
Jimmy said,
Where is he at? Right. Well, he's staying in the
do you
bluff.
remember the last time that you seen me at the park? You beat me down with a stick.
Yes, Jimmy told me. He said, yeah, Lance was hitting me with a stick. I said, Lance is one of my boys.
Me or is a different person?
He had told me that. But
He said, yeah, I was drunk too. And I said, well, I apologize about that. I don't remember. And I quit drinking.
yes, I'm glad that I did. Have you seen it?
I ended up going there to the lakeside. They didn't have any problems or have problems. And I guess that they beat somebody up back there.
Okay.
I went back there to talk and they tried to swing a baseball bat on me. So
There's a lot of, yes.
I grabbed the other one and had to beat him down with it.
There's a lot. There was a guy killed at Aztec. They beat him. That was maybe 8 months ago, but I don't know why they beat him. Maybe he owed money, but he died, and so the other.
I ended up getting.
Not to pay attention to this right now.
And I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
And I really honestly think someone drugged my
I
drink.
know it kind of hurts, so.
No, it feels fine. Matter of fact, when I had the Popeye, I remember this. The lady said, "You seem to not experience pain because I didn't move at all."
Yeah, you don't believe it.
But I was drunk that day.
Most of the times I black
I'm not
out
today.
drunk like that, it was somebody must put something in my drink and I was drinking at the park.
Look, sometimes that does happen.
I'm gonna watch out for that. I shouldn't have been drinking in the first place.
I like it. It looks good. You're right, Lance. Jimmy, Jimmy did a couple weeks at Charlie's place. I did some videos with Jimmy. He's got to go to court as well. He's got a court date coming up, so I wasn't real sure if he was still, out or not.
He lost his place.
I know
He
that,
didn't look
yeah.
very well yesterday.
Okay. If he comes by, I might text him
He
and.
was down at the park actually.
Okay. No, I was helping Jimmy, and he was on a lot of my videos like we're doing right now. Lance was on one. Mike was never on a
Relax
video.
like that.
Okay.
Or you're- yeah, like that. A
Like
little bit
this?
up. There you go.
Yes, this is great. This was off the cuff, and I even said on one of my videos about a month ago, I said I'm thinking of getting a tattoo just so if the guys feel like they want to identify with the group, they can identify. I have some of the guys that say, we're with Corpus Christi, John's ministry. I never tell them to say that, but if it helps them feel connected, it's Christian. Corpus Christi Outreach Ministry. It's non-denominational, so it'd be sort of like Brother Ray does with Church at Outlaw. Did you go to Brother Ray's Sunday, Lance?
Yeah, I did.
Did he set up the tent?
No, they didn't. 'Cause they had it outside there.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to join their Christian group.
You can. That's why I'm doing this. Everybody that wants to be in it, that's why I'm letting the cops know. This is a Christian. I'm doing this for the purpose of the guys identify with the Christian group. And I mentioned
Outreach
that.
for Christian people.
Yes. And
who
that's
are
what
in a
that's.
situation.
And the guys that want to identify, they can get the same
I think that
tattoo.
would help the police to feel better about their situations and things that have, give them
Yes, and they know that if they watch the videos by now, they realize that I am trying to
feeling of, well,
help.
it's not hopeless and we got something going on
Yeah.
here, everything is going well for
Yes.
everybody to where not
Hey.
everybody's perfect.
Yeah, yeah. Look, the jails here at Lance are so overcrowded, and the courts are so overcrowded that they actually want to give guys a break because they would prefer them to just stay out of trouble than to have to be picking them up, arresting them because they don't have room. The jail's overcrowded, so they really do want people to help other people. And
Well,
this
I
is
think that they care about people that,
Yeah.
really, I don't think that someone like me needs to go to prison
no.
and then I would be a monster.
I was going to say a lot of the guys, yes, they get institutionalized, and then after they be too many years in, then it's their life, and that's not good.
And that used to be my life, and I went from that to turn it around. And if I go back to prison, I'm going to turn back around to
Looks
something
good,
twice
Mike.
as worse. And if I did get out, I'd be like
Let's see, we got, I don't know, should we do the
a
O?
really big bad.
The next finger is
monster.
O. We're going to go, we got 13 minutes left. We might finish the whole thing. That would be a blessing. So I planned on getting this.
And I'm glad that I ain't going to have to be like that.
Yeah,
And I almost turned into that this last time I was in there.
yeah.
And I was doing jumping jacks naked in the suicide tank
Okay.
to stay warm. Before it.
Yeah.
My feet stuck in the heat. Ended up, man, I was nuts in there. I went crazy.
So sometimes, yes, sometimes yeah.
But then I realized that the girls in the intake were watching me.
Yeah. I visited Dirk up there, when he was up there for the 7 months. And I went and seen him because I took care of Gunner and all. And our friend Whistler was up there. Whistler's a friend on Facebook, but he was, so.
He's not too far out there, but he is a little sometimes.
He's doing good as far as I know. And I have not talked to him, but I think he has seen some of the little videos like this. You might see this one.
I like that he don't hide his feelings sometimes. He
Yeah.
goes all out. That's what I had to do too. Because I hid the stuff and nobody would see that to help me, I had to show it by exaggerating it.
Yeah.
By asking them for help. Maybe I was doing things to ask for help.
Yes, sometimes that's right.
And then I went to ask for help. And like even the things that I did to ask for help went to the prison. I'll get snapped out again. And I don't know what to say about that situation.
Yeah.
Nobody really told me anything about it. But I did go to the police department, and I walked in there and told them what happened. I said,
Yeah.
take me to prison.
It's nothing real fancy, but it looks pretty.
Oh, it's beautiful. You kidding? That's like a goal I had.
All
to
right.
get it.
Explain them what it had
I've been
and
thinking
why
about it for a while.
On there.
Corpus Christi Outreach.
Yes,
Yeah,
O.
I did. What
O-R?
I did.
Just a O here.
Oh, okay. Diamond O.
Just an O, and that'll
Okay.
be.
Diamonds on your fingers, man.
Yes, it looks nice. I like it.
Diamonds.
I'm telling you, I wanted to do it.
I told her that. Thanks for giving me another chance where I'm not gonna go crazy and go and do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that I have yet. I can't even remember talking about it. I've done it so many times. Oh yeah, I snapped out.
Yeah.
And shoplifted from Walmart. So I went back today. I apologize.
That's good. That's called Lance. Lance took some stuff out of Walmart. Look, a lot of guys take a lot of stuff. But he said he went back and apologized. And in the Bible, we call that restitution. AA also practices it. They don't refer to it in the same way. But restitution is you try to make right the wrongs that you did. That's if you can. Sometimes you can't. But you try to go back and say,
I kind of owe restitution to a few places in town. I think they realize that I'm trying the best that I can to do it.
Yeah.
And giving me the time to. And the community service, I think I should walk over there and try to talk to you about doing it. But I made other promises of things that I haven't even gotten to try to start.
well, for sure we're going to finish it today, Mike, even if I don't get it. Because the last one's going to be
R.
M.
Oh, M.
Yes.
Corpus Christi.
Outreach Ministries.
So I've
Yeah.
got those things to deal with that I haven't told anybody.
Yeah,
about.
that was-
Other people think, oh, I just got 2-3 problems, and I got like a lot more to that. Well, now I don't have a lot more because people are giving me a chance to be able to take care of stuff. And the time that I got to is only so I had a plan to go on plan.
Here. I'm going to print that paper for you, man. Now that I know Mike is, I didn't know Mike still had this apartment, and I told him I came by a few months ago, but no one was here. But now that I know, I'm going to come try to see you guys a couple of times a week, just like this. Maybe we'll do fellowship, maybe we'll go out, take a ride to the island, and if you have some new guys want to get baptized, we can do a little fellowship right here. This is kind of just like I'm doing now.
I haven't had time or done much or anything like that.
Yeah. We used to go out when I was doing the meetings. I used to take the guys, I think on Friday, we'd go out to the island and just swim. And if I was baptizing, we'd do it at the same time. Look at what a good, now Mike's an excellent artist, and he does a lot of freehand, and Mike is, if he wants, he can advertise on the video and say if you
Yeah.
need a tattoo.
That would
That's,
maybe good advertising.
I mean, Mike's
Positive
good.
thing. It's
Yeah,
positive.
but that's what I'm saying. He might not.
I like what I do. It's pretty
Yes.
cool.
I dug a manhole on the beach and laid down in it with the rest. And so it feels.
I'm just beginning. To tattoo.
Oh, it looks real good. I had a lot
Been
of friends.
tattooing for a couple years. But I've been doing a lot of drawing and painting for years.
Yeah, this is a goal. Today I accomplished a goal.
Yep. Well, it's got a meaning behind it.
Yes.
It takes a lot of planning and time. You gotta get the right timing to get your goals
Yes.
to work. And some hurdles you have to get over before you can do those goals.
I'll quote a verse that I was talking about yesterday. It said, well, I'll do another one. It says, in the fullness of time, this is Galatians, in the fullness of time, God sent forth his Son, made of a woman, made under the law to redeem them that were under the law. Now, that's Galatians, but what that means is there was a timetable. The Greek word for that is kairos. Kairos. And what that means is God has a set time, and that when we see the door open, the opportunity open, that's when you go through. That's when you jump. Now, if you miss the opportunity, that open door, that open opportunity, it might not come around again for like a couple more years.
Sometimes God knows what God knows everything to
Yes.
where, well, he might leave you alone
It's
to
a good
make
job,
your own
Mike.
doors and tiny sort of things.
Yes.
that
Yeah, put your arm up
if
a
you
little
do
bit,
reveal it
down
without
there.
having your plan
Sorry,
set to
feel like-
secure, somebody might sabotage it and destroy it
Yeah.
for evil purposes, or they may not even know.
Correct. As a matter, that's right. I'm going to teach in the coming months on the little videos. I'm going to teach the book of Nehemiah. But that's what happens in the book of Nehemiah. God called him to rebuild that things that were broken down, and it was a great job that God called him to. And they were rebuilding the walls in the city of Jerusalem. But then there was some critics that came up and said, "Who do you think you are trying to get everything back together again? Who do you think you are? You're going to change your life." And once you start changing it, then they get jealous. Like, wait a minute, I'm still messing up. Lance is going to get straight. Then sometimes people will purposely try to sidetrack you.
If you know that, you need to make preparations
Yeah.
to make sure they feel comfortable, secure, because they're going to do well too.
Correct.
You got to think about all that. It's taken me a long time to get to where I'm at now to be able to be doing well. And it takes a lot of preparation and planning to where I gave up on trying to do well. And then
Yeah.
I picked back up on when I was trying to do.
You lose hope
And
sometimes.
I had to excommunicate solitude. I had to be in solitude.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I've been talking about that a lot, that sometimes we got to learn to be alone with God. And some people say it's not good to be alone or isolated.
Alone?
To get,
Yes, but
how I feel.
sometimes it helps because it lets us get our thoughts in order. It lets us rethink.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's important
that's
to
how I
have that.
felt yesterday when I kind of disappeared for a while, to where I needed solitude to get in touch with God, maybe.
Mhm.
And without that solitude, I can't get right to and I'm
Yes.
there now because I had the solitude. I'm ready to go do all this stuff that people are yelling at me yesterday to do. I want to do it.
Yeah.
Well, if I went and did this stuff not right, I wouldn't be here doing well.
Yes, that's right.
So the solitude helps me to save me, and
Yeah.
I don't care what pastors and preachers say.
Look, I had another friend of mine that said the same thing about a month ago. He said, I had people that wanted me to do certain things, and I had to tell them no. And yes, that's a temptation. And
It's also more motivation to do well, right? Because if I fuck up, they're gonna say, "I told you so," about solitude and stuff. I want
Looks
to prove
good.
them.
and the last letter is M, Outreach Ministry. So it's
I
M.
think that they understand.
Doesn't seem to
That.
bother you too much.
No, I'm fine. I think
Your skin takes the anchor real well.
you won't. I don't think you'll catch the M on the video, but you saw the first three because the video shots at
M,
1
right?
hour.
M?
M.
I hope to show in the next few
But
days.
so that's a
That's a bigger letter, so
Christian.
you have to put your finger right there. Does
Looks
that hurt?
good. No, I'm fine. Yeah, if it
I'm
feels
doing a 180 turnaround.
good. Very good, Lance.
Is that somewhat what you wanted?
Yes, it's better than I even thought. I didn't realize it was going to look,
What kind of
I
letter you
need to
wanted?
get step
No,
out
that
of my
looks good.
solitude, and I do need to.
Now, sometimes what happens is you have periods of time where you do solitude, but then you get back into the connecting with other people. Today, I wasn't sure who I'd see, and I didn't feel good at all unless I actually see some of the guys. Now, right now, I feel much better. But if I didn't see you guys today, I would have felt
Yeah, I feel
still.
like lighten weight off of my shoulders to where
hairy knuckle,
I
man.
could depend on
Yeah.
other people
Yes.
to rely on them to help me to do well. That I have allowed myself to be able to be helped.
Yes.
If people would have helped
So
me
last
in my
minute.
craziness,
Yeah.
it would have just been a waste of their time.
Yeah. I'm glad you gave me the little update on Jimmy. Jimmy, if you watch him, I know sometimes you see him. You can call or text if you want. I've not seen, a few of the guys in a while, but hopefully I'll run into
I'm
everybody.
I'm not sure what to say.
I'm glad that I ran into you, Lance. The verse,
We need help.
yeah, no, that I understand. I think we got a few minutes now. I hope you liked it. We're doing the tattoo as a Christian.